own them all. That's f***ing sweet.
Luis, prostě WTF? Já jsem zmatený.
We got a brand new trailer for you. So let's take a look at Lost Heaven 2 decades later.
Tommy.
To? Já to mysnul do píči.
How long you been in town? 3 years. They handed you a Morello case. Right out of the gate. That's what the paper says, ain't it? And what's it to you? Case must be getting pretty cold by now. Or you got something might warm it up? Yeah, I might have something.
Ty vole, dobrý remake.
What do they call you, son? Thomas. Thomas Angelo, sir.
Nice. Teď neskurvit gameplay, no.
Man, DevBot, after a beautiful trailer like that, I gotta know, do you have any contacts in the
Angel
Mafia?
je pořád líběrčem. Jo, no. Jak to, že tam nikdo není černoch?
Well, fantastic. Let's ring him up, DevBot.
Hele, developeři.
Joining me to talk about Mafia is the president and CCO of Hangar 13. It is Herdyn Blackman. Herdyn, thanks so much for joining us today.
Hele, je tam černoch nakonec.
So for people who haven't played the original Mafia, which is a 2002 release, talk to us about this game.
Mafia, the Definitive Edition, is a complete ground-up remake of Mafia from 2002, which is a seminal game that really launched the Mafia franchise. And in Mafia, you take on the role of Tommy Angelo, who is a cab driver that falls in with the mob during the 1930s, actually during the height of Prohibition, in a city called Lost Heaven, which is loosely based on Chicago. And as a member of the Salieri crime family, he really gets embroiled in a war with the Morello crime family, and we kind of explore that story and Tommy's evolution from cab driver to respected member of the Mafia.
I feel like in the last 10 years, we've seen HD editions, remasters that are more graphical updates, but my understanding is that this is far more than just a new coat of paint on a game from 2002. Talk to me about what a remake means.
Everything was rebuilt, so every asset.
Jo, vysvětlo mu, co znamená remake, kurva. To pochopí konečně.
All the gameplay was completely redone. Now, we've kept all the same big beats from the original game. The story is the same for the most part. All the big plot points are there. All the missions are there and represented. But again, everything was completely rebuilt from the ground up in order to kind of meet the expectations of today's gamers and take advantage of today's technology.
The location in pretty much every open world game is a central character. In 2002, we have seen a ton of gameplay changes between then and now, 2020. Can you talk a little bit about some of the ways you've updated the open world setting and maybe some of the new mechanics that players can expect?
So we do that a number of different ways. You know, one, we looked at how populated can we make it, and we took some of the kind of world interactions and some of the things that we did with, crowds and non-player characters and other kind of city life from Mafia 3 and put them into Mafia, the Definitive Edition. But we also looked at, are there ways for us to kind of redesign the city so it's more fun to drive around? You know, do we need to widen the streets? Do we need to make sure that there's not as many, 90-degree turns so that you can kind of coast around corners? And as we capture the feel of the vehicles, are there things that we want to do to make sure that the roads have, grip or they're slick in the rain? And so that, I think, brought a lot of life to it as well, because most of the way that you engage with the city is through driving.
I mean, speaking of rebuilding things from the ground up, I gotta ask you about the cinematics. I mean, they looked gorgeous in the trailer. Yeah. And I mean, what was the process of rebuilding all of those cinematics?
For us, it was really, how do we recreate these, again, taking advantage of some of the cutting edge stuff that we've been doing at Hangar 13. So, we have, really great facial scanning and likeness capture technology, a state-of-the-art mocap facility. So we really wanted to take advantage of that for the definitive edition. So we did go in and we rewrote all the cinematics again to add some of that language and add some of that character development and maybe some of that clarity that we were going for without losing the essence of each moment.
Well, now it's time for my favorite question. When can we play Mafia Definitive Edition, and where can people go right now?
Sure. So we are looking at an August 28th launch date, and we still, have a ways to go, and we're working on that kind of final polish push right now. But I'm really confident, really bullish. Right now. If you want more information, you can go to mafiagame.com.
After seeing the trailer, I personally am hyped, Herdyn. Thank you so much for joining us at this year's PC Gaming Show. Once again, mafiagame.com. For our next title, it's time to head on over to Frankie.
Sean, next up, it's one of those
Jinak ten remake, bude to prostě jak Mafia 1, akorát kompletně prostě předělaný, kompletně od začátku udělaný. Do pár cutscén přidali pár hlášek. Ale příběh by měl být úplně to samý a teda. Si to OK, dobře. To je něco jak Dreams, ne? Oh.
Legend tells of a place where everyone comes together to play and dance and race and shoot and jump and fly.
Ty vole, Roblox.
And there's lava and a mountain made of junk food. Where you can create your own worlds and have your own adventures where you are in charge. Where you can make your very own games with your very own rules.
Hey, jak Roblox.
Can come and play. Like this one here. Yep, them too. And I don't know what that dude is, but he is cool. What?
Počkej, co tam dělá prdel?
And I can actually play with them and own them all. That's sweet.
Bohuž, prostě WTF. Já jsem...
It's a party.
Já jsem zmatený.
Here to bring us the inside look at Blanco's block party is Jamie Jackson from Mythical. Jamie, thanks so much for joining
Roblox
us today.
víc mainstream grafikou a prostě ukážou tam prdel o píči a ještě mluví prostě.
Blankos it's a game about vinyl toys kind of coming to life and where they go when a human leaves the room. But it's also more than just a game. It's a place for content creators and gamers and collectors to come together and hang out
tam minihry a pak je hrajete,
games that they really want to play in. And you can have as many as your friends come and hang out with you as you want. But you could also drop the toys in. So the first toy you can play with is one called it's a shooting mechanic. We got like a unicorn rocket launcher that fires ice creams. We got like a cactus grenade launcher that fires these little cactus balls. So it's all about kind of like arcade fun shooter stuff. And you can set that up as a team shooter. You could have squads. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. You can even just have it free for all. Some other stuff we're going to be dropping is race toys. So you could just do point to point. You could build this super sweet like platformer and just go A to B. You could do laps. And then another one is because Blankos, they all survive on good vibes. That's kind of
Ježišmarja, on flosoval, já se chci zabít.
Just a vibe collection. And what's kind of super cool is all of those toys work with each other. So you can build a race.
On tam flosujou ty postavičky.
And it can be a race, but you can pick up kind of...
Ještě gameplay neukazovali. Milo, okay. What the fuck? To už není simulátor ani, ty vole. Co to kurva je? Pane bože. Petřebíčská nemocnice The Game, prostě. Pop. My jsme udělali multiplayer, jo? OK. Ježišimaria. Pane bože. To byl tak nehumánní trailer tohle. Jakože, hele, Tarkov, ne? Nebo ne? Jako Tarkov tam ještě nebyl. Já jsem nikdy nehrál Escape from Tarkov. Myslím si, že naprosto většina hry na Epic, no tak asi, když Epic prostě dávají lepší procenta pro ty indie vývojáře, to je mnohem lepší, no. Je to nebo není ten Tarkov? Ty vado, to musím zkusit, to vypadá strašně pok. Strašně hardcore hra, no právě. Ale líbí se, jak to prozkoumáváte jako novej. Hele, ten Dodge tam! Wait, what? A jakože co?
Here with me to talk about what's coming
What the
next
fuck?
is Nikita Buyanov from Battlestate Games. Thanks so much for joining us today.
To byl za trailer jako.